Hey, you guys, my name is Gary, grateful recovering alcoholic and drug addict. I'm just going to make it quick. I don't even know what the hell I'm going to say. I know I want to check in with you guys and let you know my sobriety is right on track, um, through prayer and through going to meetings. And I'm walking through the death of my son. I've lost my son, um, Brandon, through an accidental fentanyl overdose a month and 3 days ago, 2 or 3 days ago, a month. It's been 33 days or 32 days. So, my sobriety is right on track, and I'm just dealing with grief and trying to deal with it as it comes. I've got a lot of things going on in life right now, and I just want to tell you guys the way I'm staying sober is I don't focus on, you know, I don't get up and go, hey, I got to stay sober today, and da, da, da. I don't even think about drinking or using. Don't even think about it. And I go in and out of tremendous pain. It's grief it hits everybody differently, and I'm walking through this with a great deal of God's grace. I don't know how God works and all that stuff. All I know is that I get on my knees in the morning and in the evening, and let's just say I don't even do that, okay, every day. I pray. I try to pray every day, and I'm pretty good about it, but I'm not perfect about it. And if I forget my prayer, I throw one up there to God if I'm driving down the freeway or wherever I am. I like to say, God, please try to keep me sober today, and try to make me a better man than I was yesterday. And at night I try to tell him thank you, and I know my son is with you. Tell him I love him, and I know you're taking care of him right now. I have a deep faith that my son is in a better place, and he's in good hands right now. I think the tough place is here on earth, you know. It's never too late to get close to God. It's never too late to get sober. I'm 56 years old. Even though I had long-term sobriety and went out, I was out for 10 years, and I just got back, 5 months and some change ago. But I try to live a spiritual life, and I do that through the 12 steps of Alcoholics Anonymous and Narcotics Anonymous, and through prayer. I just had a great conversation with one of my son's friends, and she saw one of my videos, and then I guess she's been watching, and we were not emailing, but she would message me, and we were messaging back and forth, and I was like, damn, this is a really wonderful human being, right? And she sent me an email a few days ago, and I'm not going to say her name, but because I didn't ask her, but she sent me an email, and it was like, she told me about she's like, yeah, you went to visit Brandon in New Jersey at Christmas time, and she just told me all this cool stuff, and stuff that Brandon said about me, and she's like, yeah, Brandon thought you were the coolest dad, and da 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 da, and I can't tell you, by talking about that stuff, it brought joy to me, to know that Brandon was out there telling one of his friends that, yeah, I had a cool dad and I loved him. When I got that email, it changed my life, man. Because Brandon and I had some rough conversations the last few times I talked to him. Our last conversation was not a rough conversation. It was a conversation where I got to tell him how much I loved him, how proud I was that he was working hard, and he was really working on putting this video together, and working very hard, and he had put money together for this thing, and he found his way here, or he found his way from New Jersey to California to make this thing, and I got to tell him, I'm proud of you, I love you, and get a job because you're draining me here, kid. But I didn't get to talk to him again after that because he took a lethal dose of fentanyl. That's what we assume. We don't have any toxicology reports back. It could be 6 months. But the coroner in Long Beach said you can pretty much, bet, because they were calling him in like every 8 minutes the day my son passed. She said it was bad. Watch out for the fentanyl guys. And, I'm just going to say a couple things that I know about the fentanyl thing because I've watched some stuff on YouTube and I'm trying to educate myself, right? Here's what I say. I'm a drug addict. I've been on the streets. And if you're going to buy something that's not sold over the counter, that's illegal drugs, whether it be weed, coke, meth, ecstasy, the Xanax, anything from a dealer, right? If a dealer wants to sling dope, do me a favor, guys, have that dealer take a hit first, right? That's what I would do. You want to sell me this dope? You take a hit first, right out of your bag that he's selling it to you for, or from, Have him take a hit first. Have her take a hit first. They want to sling the dope. Let them be the first one to hit the floor. Because if they're dealing hard dope, they're the scumbags out slinging this stuff. Let them drop dead. Be safe out there. The other thing is, I noticed if you're out there buying Xanax on the street, what they were saying is, like the writing on the pills that you would get from a pharmacy. So if these are prescribed pills or stolen pills from a pharmacy, they're gonna that printing on there is gonna be very precise and cut very well. The lettering is gonna be perfect. If it's not perfect, if it's a little rough and it looks kind of like this didn't come from a pharmacy, do not put that in your mouth, you guys. Do not put it in your mouth. You could be joining my son in heaven if you do. So I don't know what the solution is to this madness, this pandemic, but we need to be more aware. And I know it's hard, guys, because I know I have an addiction to certain drugs and to alcohol and stuff like that. And when you're needing to get a fix, and I'm just telling you, man, like if that guy wants to sling you dope, take it. If he's selling you coke, fine. Here, you do a line first, right out of your bag. If he doesn't want to do a line first, fuck him. Don't do it. Don't do it, man. I'd rather Jones out for the night and not have my shit than drop dead. You got to be smart, man. You got to be smarter than the fuckheads selling this shit. Okay? And watch the writing on those pills, the stamps on those pills. If it looks rough and unprofessional, it's cartel bullshit, man. Fucking have your fucking dealer pop one first, right out of your bag. Let that motherfucker drop first. Okay? These scumbags want to deal dope. Let them fucking pay the price for it. Let them taste their own shit. If they don't want to do it, tell them to go fuck themselves. Be bigger than your addiction. Okay? Now, I say this, and I say it, it may sound condescending and stuff like that or it may sound you know, like I'm an idiot because I promote sobriety and the 5-day God challenge, but I know what it's like to be an addict and not be able to stop doing that stuff. So I do understand. I've been on the streets. I've bought dope on the streets for years. I know the scumbags that do that shit. Okay? So be smarter than the scumbag dealing you the shit. Okay? And if you're having a problem with drugs and alcohol and you wanna get out, I found a way. It might not be, and it's probably not what the solution that you're gonna want to hear, but it worked for me, and it works for many others. And here's what I did. I got on my knees many times and asked God, please help remove the obsession for alcohol and drugs. I was mostly, towards the end, just doing drugs. I mean, I would drink, but I was mostly a drug addict at the end. And I'm also an alcoholic. I mean, I've earned my seat in Alcoholics Anonymous. I was a drunk. I got drunk drivings and all that stuff when I was younger. Blackouts and running from the police and doing all that crazy shit, man. But towards the end, I was just doing dope. Amphetamines was my thing. If you had coke, I'd do that too. Ecstasy, I'd do that too, you know. So I know what it's like to have this affliction, addiction, disease. It's could be a living hell if you're anything like me. So the solution is do a 5-day God challenge, okay? Ask God, if you don't believe, God, please reveal yourself to me in 5 days. Please. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain. You have a life of sobriety to gain. You don't have to keep doing what you're doing. You can stop at any time. All you got to do is hit your knees for 5 days, once in the morning, once in the evening. It's a humbling place to be, especially for a tough guy like me, to be on my knees saying, God, please help me. It's pretty humbling. You know, because there's nothing in life that I haven't been able to conquer myself. This is about the only thing that I haven't been able to conquer on my own. I've needed God's help. And through finding my way to recovery, there's a whole world now that's opened up to me because I'm not owned. I'm not a slave to addiction. I don't even think about doing drugs or drinking. Don't even think about it. So if you want what I have, this thing called recovery, sobriety, living a normal life, it's available to you. It's available to anybody who wants it, okay? Get on your knees, do the 5-day God challenge, ask God to reveal himself to you. God, please help me stay sober today. Try it for 5 days, see what happens. I think good things may happen for you. So, I think that's it for the night. Thanks for listening. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. I'll check in with you guys tomorrow.